Well, after you have to use the bathroom, so I just talk to you when you come out because I was in there using the bathroom the whole time. And it was some stuff on the floor that I picked up before I used the bathroom.
This is the third or fourth time you've been in there for a long time.
No, it has not been.
Yes, it has.
Okay, so if I'm a customer and I've been drinking a
Well,
lot of water.
Been a customer.
How
These
haven't
are
I?
paying customers.
I haven't given you any money today?
I don't believe so.
Yes, I have.
Okay, I can confirm that.
Oh, well, yeah, you go ahead and confirm it because I have pictures.
This is misuse of our bathrooms.
How? How is it misuse? I've purchased I have two of these cups. I gave you all money, whether or not
The waters are complimentary.
Okay, but I offer and I did exchange money. But I have this and I have had hot water as well. But I'm using the bathroom. I was not in there 3 times for a long period of time. I record every single time that I'm in there. And you all told me yesterday that I can come in there and when I come in here in the morning that I can use the other bathroom and get myself together from traveling and things like that. And so that's what I did this morning. You told me that or whatever.
Yeah, and you proceeded to use them for extended periods of time.
No, I did not. And then, so this time, I had a bowel movement that I took pictures of. Yep, I have pictures of each. I had 3 bowel movements today while I'm up in here. And so you cannot tell me that I can use your bathroom, but you tell me how to use your bathroom. That's not right. If I'm a normal person.
Consider this amount of usage of our bathroom to be misuse of our bathroom.
How am I misusing your bathroom by using?
And it's been very prolonged.
It has not been very frequent. I've been here since 5 o'clock this morning.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, I have. And so, are you going to tell any of your other customers that they have time limits here? Because I asked and I was told. So what
You've
is?
been welcome to sit here, but the bathroom, you've been in the bathroom quite a bit.
But I've even stopped talking. I've been talking on my phone. I went into the first time. I had a.
It's been for extended periods of time.
No, it has
It's for
not
paying
been.
customers, and it's fine. I politely ask you to leave.
Okay, and also, like I said, is that why you didn't bill me for the leaves? Because you didn't want me to give you money? Because I was charged and I want that receipt. I gave you the money, I paid for the leaves, and then you guys I said I did not want the syrup. Well, I'm going to tell you what happened. I went up there to purchase mint water. I was charged for it. I gave her the $1 bill for it. Hold on. And she asked me, do I want more than 1 leaf? You have leaves here, right? Mint leaves. Mint leaves.
No.
Mint. Okay, well, you used to have them because I used to come here often a lot through the drive-through. Okay, and so I was proven innocent when I went to jail, by the way, and you all heard me on the phone. But my name is Jasmine Renee Davis. That's okay. Well, I was just talking about it, and it does not matter whether or not I'm innocent. But I went up there to purchase. I told them specifically that I did not want syrup. I wanted the leaves. She asked me, do I want more than 1 leaf? And do I want it strong? I said, yes. Okay? And then she comes, and I said, I do not want syrup. I said, it's the actual leaves, mint leaves. She said, yes. And then they come back with some foam. After I said, I do not want the syrup, I only want the leaves in a Trenta cup of water. I tried to pay. I even gave them an additional $1 for the tip. And also, when I was in I know you heard me on the phone because I just told somebody that I was gonna whatever. That's not your concern, but I just gave somebody the instructions. But also, I plan on coming out here and purchasing a bag of chips right now. But for you to tell me that I can come out here and sit wherever or whatever, now you asking me to leave, but you just tell me that I can sit here. But I went to the bathroom and I have bowel movements where I recorded each and every time, and I took pictures of each and every bowel movement that I had up in there. But you tell me I can sit here and I'm not a paying customer and that you give me the water for free, and I've had multiple cups of water here, hot, and still the hot water and this whatever temperature this is of the still water. But you tell me I cannot use your bathroom. Then you were dishonest and you're causing a confrontation with me constantly, just like this morning when I recorded that conversation between you and I. You admitted that it was a misunderstanding. You apologized for it. And again, you threatened to call the police on me and said that you thought that I was in some kind of trouble or some kind of harm or whatever. And then you changed it up and you apologized. But it's like but then I tell you, okay, I've been here since 5 o'clock, but I've been taking care of business. taking care, just like those people, they're on their laptops, just like all these people, and just like yesterday when somebody sat up in here just as long as I did, you did not harass them. You are not harassing anybody but me.
Well, right now,
no.
But right now, I'm just trying to have a conversation with
Well,
you.
who else is a paying customer in
It's
here?
very disruptive.
How is it being disruptive? Because you came to me. I have not been disruptive at all. I'm sitting right here.
Well,
I have not.
Disruptive is our customers
You have-
and our employees deserve to have use of the bathroom.
And I'm a pay. If you all don't charge me for stuff that I'm ordering, that's not my fault.
On 2 separate occasions, people haven't been able to use the bathroom.
The woman walked in here. She did, and then she went to the other bathroom. No, that's not me. I was in there. She was able to go to the other bathroom though, and I have that recorded when she came through the door.
Like I said,
So
you're welcome to sit here. You're welcome to use our restroom, but it's been excessive, and that's disruptive to our business and our employees.
I've been here since 5 o'clock, and I used the bathroom 3 times since 5 o'clock this morning. I'm a healthy
The first
person.
time, like I said, you were in there over an hour.
And you apologize for
Three
that.
separate
And so now you,
occasions.
okay, so what about yesterday? I'm going to tell you. Are you the manager or something? Okay, so how come the woman told me that I can go in that extra bathroom because you all have one and I can, take care of myself because I am traveling? I went up there and asked for another. I went up there for this, okay? One of these, Trinity cup of still water. I went back again for another one. And she told me that she said she had just given me one and to bring this same cup and she will refill the same cup. And I said, how is that sanitary? But is that your practice that you refill these cups?
Generally, no.
Okay, and so, but do you
just give
tell
you a
me?
brand new cup.
But if I can pay for this water. That's what I'm saying.
Water's always complimentary.
But no. But the problem is, it's not complimentary because you're throwing it in my face. You're telling me that I'm not a paying customer because I'm here drinking water, using your electricity or whatever. And then I also gave and I was going to continue to tip as I go, the amount. And that means something to me. But for her to tell me that I basically can't come back up there for another cup of water because I was just given a cup of water, that doesn't make sense to me. And you all are not treating anybody else like that around here. So if I purchase one of those cups or something like that, what difference does it make? You do not tell anybody. I have never heard you all for all the time that you've been here for 5 years or how many years? I know because I used to come through the drive-thru constantly, get those mint leaves, and I was coming up here actually and get a beverage with a dried fruit in it. I know that you have those different things. I take my time throughout my day. I don't have to rush, but I know what I'm going to come here. Just like yesterday, I purchased items. Okay, and I was here, so it does not matter. And I leave a tip or whatever I do. But as far as like those bathrooms, you all are talking about me doing something, but it was the same trash in the bathroom in that box that was there yesterday. It was very little bit of tissue that was in there in that bathroom. But you blaming me for stuff about coming here to handle my business, but I'm looking around and everybody else is in here taking care, doing their business. And whether or not they're paying customers or not, you're not telling them that they can't use the bathroom or they can't sit up in here or not. You didn't tell me that you're not.
We're just trying to have a conversation.
The problem is you're accusing me and I was not in the bathroom. I recorded every time that I went into the bathroom. Every time.
Whatever you're doing, it's too long and that's making it.
That one time because I'm telling you, when I walked in there, it was stuff on the floor. I picked up the stuff on the floor. Okay? I don't know why you're paying so much attention to me. It's not.
It's been disruptive to us.
How has it been disruptive?
Because we've had a bathroom occupied on multiple occasions that people want to use
So,
and they're not able to use.
how? And okay, but you have 2 bathrooms. And so if that person went into one was not able to use the other bathroom, there's another one that person just went right into.
The last time, 2 separate people, me being the second one, tried to use that bathroom.
But it's another one that's
No, that one
open.
was already occupied. That's why both people walked in.
And I said I would talk to you after you use the bathroom. So that's what I'm saying.
At this point, like I said, it's misuse of our bathroom.
But the problem is you're just trying to create some kind of, and you told the person my name, right? You said my name is Jasmine
I have no
Davis,
idea what your
right?
name
So can you file an incident report? Because I want this documented at this point. Because you're not going to sit here and try to find a way to accuse me and say that I'm in here loitering or I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to do. You don't do you choose not to charge me for something, but out of who I am, being in here, I gave a tip. I told you to keep the $1 that you billed me for that you did not give me the receipt for, and I want that receipt. I want the receipt for them men.
There's nothing you received today that anybody would be charged.
I gave her the receipt, the cash register open. Okay, since you saying that I'm not trying to offer money, then I'm going to prove that I did pay for something that I did not get.
Whether you did or not, at this point, it's just being disruptive to our business.
Okay.
I politely ask you to leave.
Okay, and that's fine. But like I said, can you please write a report? Because if you didn't want me to be here, you didn't have to. Because I was planning on leaving anyway. I'm waiting for someone to come here. But why do you have to cause a stir up? I need some kind of proof and validation after I already told them to keep the money. But I did try to pay. The cash register open. And then they gave me something that I did not order, where I specifically said, before I even gave them the money, and she told me that you all have mint leave. And then I get some phone pump back. That's not right. That other bathroom is not occupied. No one is in there. No one has came out of it. That man just walked right in the bathroom. You are not being honest.
What do you...
That other bathroom, nobody is in there, and nobody came out of it. You could have went into that other bathroom.
Just now, the last time you were...
No, this time that I just literally came out. No. It was two people. Who were the two people?
There was a woman before you and then myself.
But you could have went right into the other bathroom. Nobody was in there. He just walked in there. Nobody just came out,
I'm
sir.
trying to start an argument with you.
I'm not, but you're being dishonest. You're kicking me out of somewhere and
because
trying
right
to...
now this is being disruptive.
You came to me. I was not bothering you.
I came to you because we talked this morning about the bathroom. And again, I have to talk to you about using our bathroom.
You did not have to talk to me about using the
You're not using
bathroom.
our space respectfully.
How am I not using your space respectfully?
No.
What am I doing?
This is not a respectful use of our space.
You are, so give me the rules of your space, because I'm not
I will
doing
show you right
anything.
here. It's posted right here.
Do you have it in some sort of other form? Is that your name on that business card over there? Because I did grab that business card the other day to contact you. Yeah, I wanted to contact you. No. I'm gonna no. So you're the store manager, and there is problems that you're trying to say that I'm having and that I'm doing here. But if you don't like my kind up in the store, then that's what you can say. I have been nothing but respectful up in here, and you just told me that okay, I can sit here or I can do whatever. But it's not about you telling me. But the problem is, what are you gonna write about me? That's the thing. What are you going to do with the report? You're saying that I'm disrespecting this space, and I have not been. What did I do disrespectfully?
As I said, the amount of usage of our restroom has been excessive.
But I'm using the bathroom.
Has been disruptive today.
So you're discriminating against me. What other situation has it been?
I've had to approach you twice about using our bathroom, and now we're in an argument.
I'm not arguing. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Because this is your problem, okay? And I'm talking to you, but the argument is not a poor thing all the time. And that's what I sat down. I sat down. I'm sitting down. And I would like to have a calm conversation because I would like to know what is the problem. Yes, you hurt my feelings by trying to say that I'm disrespecting you. I went in there to have a bowel movement. And I had a bowel movement, and I cleaned the toilet before I used it after. And I also picked up stuff that was on the floor that I did not leave. There was constantly, it's tissue. Those bathrooms. But I want to use a bathroom.
That's our job.
Okay. Right, but I had to use the bathroom. I had to urinate, and I urinated twice in it.
Employees at the bathroom is dirty. We would be happy to clean it. That's our job.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. When I was in there, and I have clothes on, then I have to take various pants off and different things like that. When I use the bathroom, I was not in there an excessive amount of time. Maybe you rush to when you go to the bathroom, but I don't. I sit on the toilet and I use the bathroom. I hydrate, okay? And so I eat healthy. And that's the thing. I plan on coming out here and getting a bag of those chips, okay? And not only that, I plan on asking if you had dry fruit. I'm taking my time doing things or whatever. I don't see anybody up in here. Look at all those seats available here. That's what I'm saying. It's one right here. It's one right there.
It's not about...
It's other tables and stuff over there where people are sitting.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you sat here since 5:30 this morning, and we haven't asked you to do anything.
No, but the problem is I was drinking some hot water, hydrating, and then I had some other water. Then I went back up there and got more water. And like I said, you guys, I tried to pay for something, and you refused to give me what I paid for. But why is she having a conversation with me about leaves if you don't have them? Why didn't she tell me? Why did she ask me how many leaves do I want? Do I only want one leaf? And then,
you know, we have new employees from time to time. Maybe we had mint leaves in the past. I've never had mint leaves.
there are I even looked online, and it's in my search history.
That's not something we carry.
But I'm telling you, Starbucks does have them.
Okay,
and you all did have them at one time.
This particular location has not, at least for the last 6 months.
Because you also had like some dehydrated berries and different things like that. You had lime mint or something like that. But I'm just saying. But I went up there. But the problem is, I tried to pay. I tried to show appreciation. I'm not trying to disrespect you. But what are you going to write down about me, and where you going to go? Because you said that you were going to call the police on me this morning. And then right when you knocked on the door, I asked you multiple times that it's recorded. Yes, when you knocked on the door. It's other bathrooms that you could have used as well. And you chose to come to the bathroom that I was in or whatever. And as soon as you asked me to come out the bathroom, I came out. Even this time, I was just pulling up my pants and pulling down my skirt when you just came in the bathroom that time. And so if you knew I was in the bathroom, why would you just walk right in there?
Because it wasn't locked.
Okay. But you said that you knew I was in there.
That's a disruptive situation.
How?
To a customer. A customer shouldn't have to walk in on somebody else in the bathroom.
Okay, but I had to, but so you're telling me because you all didn't charge me for something that I'm not a customer, so you basically...
again.
How? And I'm here drinking,
That's a complimentary item, they wouldn't take money for it.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that I'm not a customer, that I'm not here. I don't work here.
We wouldn't, those are free items.
Okay, but you can't tell, that does not constitute...
So if you want to sit in our space for a little while and go about your business, that's perfectly fine.
But that's what I'm planning on doing anyway, but I need to get this matter straightened out and figure out exactly what you all are trying to do and what you all are trying to accomplish by this. Because for somebody to say that they did not tell me something that they told me, and then now you're saying I'm being disrupted by using a bathroom, it's just like, what is it that you all have against me? You still standing there, you have to use the bathroom, and that's not fair to me. Because I don't want you to accuse me.
We just want our customers and our employees to be comfortable.
And what about me? How come that's not about me? How come that does not apply to me? That's not applying to me.
Whatever you need to do.
How? And I've been sitting here making sure all of my stuff is right with me. I have not done anything wrong. You shouldn't have had. And why did you? You did not have to. You're not monitoring anybody else that come in here.
Because you were in there long enough that, again, two people.
What? 5 minutes?
Two separate people walked
I was in there, what, like 7 minutes or something?
I'm not going to go in circles with this. At this point, like, we're politely asking you to leave.
Right, and so you just told me that I can sit here. Now you again asking me to leave.
Well, at this point,
so
I'm asking you to leave because
okay,
this
but
has been incredibly disruptive to our business.
You're doing it. That's entrapment. You're causing this. I did not ask for this, sir. That's illegal.
Are you going to leave?
Yeah, I am, but I want an incident report, and I want it in writing that you're saying that because I did not buy something that you chose not to charge me about.
I'm not going to be providing you anything in writing. I'm politely asking you to leave because this is disruptive to the customers and to the employees that are here.
Okay, but you're causing this problem, right? And so you're going to make some kind of...
I explained the misuse of the bathroom, which is posted.
No, that is not... Okay, so it said I misused the bathroom.
This was misuse of the bathroom.
How? And I used the toilet every time.
Because you used it for over an hour.
Over an hour at first, and I was told that I could yesterday.
For extended periods of time.
Of how long? 5 or 7? You time people's bathroom uses?
No,
so why are you timing mine?
I would consider this most recent time excessive as well. Two separate people walked in.
Right, after another within a couple minutes. Right? So if you knew that
you're not using the space, you're not treating people with respect.
How am I not? I'm not here with them. I'm not here. No, that is not true. Now you trying to accuse me. Now you're trying to accuse me of doing stuff. You're trying to build a case
this is how you're making me feel.
You came to me. You are the one that I told you.
Because I've tried to explain this situation to you multiple times.
But you're now refusing to file. You're saying that I don't matter because I didn't pay.
It's got nothing to do with matter. Of course it matters. And again, we've allowed you to use our space all morning.
And I tried to purchase something, and I paid for something that you did not have, that you told me that you did have, and you gave me something and you also told me there is no time limit here. As soon as I'm on the phone talking, getting ready to leave soon, now you're trying to kick me out to make it seem like I'm not being disrespectful at all. What have I possibly done to show disrespect? I'm not even talking to you all. I go up there. You said because I use the bathroom that I have pictures literally of.
I'm not going to continue this conversation. I'm politely asking you to leave. If you don't leave soon, then you're gonna call the police because you said that this morning, and I already know that. And then you apologize because you said that you were wrong, and just like you're wrong I
now.
apologize because there was a misunderstanding. We were concerned because anytime somebody is in the bathroom for that long, we are concerned for their well-being.
But you didn't want me to walk out on my own today because I know you heard me because I'm waiting on someone to come. But you're not because you're telling me that I'm being. I don't play around with my life. You are going to make a report about this somewhere, and I need to have that information. You're not going to be fraudulent about me.
Reports, we don't put customer details.
Okay, but why do you have to use it for your training purpose just to excite your business? That's not right. Yes, you are. Whatever you're doing, you're violating my rights. That's illegal. You're going to make an incident about something that's truly not happening. I use the bathroom. I have pictures of each bowel movement that I've had. I've had 3 bowel movements in here. And you're telling me that I cannot, you are telling me what I use your bathroom for.
How much time do you need to...
I want to purchase something that I came out to purchase.
We're asking you to...
You just asked me how much time do I need. So that's why I say you keep saying that I can sit here as long as I want. Then you tell me to leave when I make a point. And then you keep telling me I have been respectful, sir. If you all do not want me to be in your store, that's one thing. But for me, to all of these seats, you are not telling anybody else that they have to leave. You're not timing anybody else in the bathroom or any of that. But for some reason, you're timing me in the bathroom. And you claim you have to go to the bathroom. I said, I'll talk to you after, but you came in there looking on the floor because you tried to act. I said, what, you thought I was asleep?
We don't know, that's the point.
I was on the toilet, I was using, why are you so concerned about me? That's not your case.
About the well-being of anybody.
No, you're not. And just because you see me with these bags and you hear me talking on the phone, you're violating my privacy as well. This is a space where are you tapping into everybody's computers and paying attention to what they're doing? You're not.
No,
for some reason, you're mistreating me. That is a problem. It seems like it's a bigger issue.
We were here all morning and we didn't
yes, you have. You just called every move that I...
using our space.
And so how come I'm not? And who did I bother?
I'm not going through the rest of the thing again.
So that's not bothering anybody. They bothered me. So did they bother me then, right? Did they bother
me?
This
whole situation right now has been incredible.
You are causing it, sir.
It's making our employees uncomfortable. And again,
no, because you all your name is Mark. You all try to give me some syrup and things that I did not order. And I specifically said before you, and I said, that's not mine. And you all said, I even tried to understand. You said, yes, it is. I said, I specifically said, I don't want any chemical or any of that up in there. I asked for leaves and she asked me, how many leaves do I want it strong? And I said, yes. Are you going to put more? She went to bill me again for the leaves, but she did not bill me another time. That receipt was taken out, and I want a copy of that receipt. I have a right to get the copy of that receipt. The cash register opened, the receipt came out. I would like the receipt. There is a receipt there. You printed out a receipt. The money, I told her just to keep the money, and then I gave a tip. That was an insult to me. And I still was kind and polite and everything. It's not fair.
Once again,
I'm gonna leave as soon as you give me my receipt.
All right.
All in the same so-called district. Wearing me. I just had a bowel movement. I gotta go through this after I just had a bowel movement multiple times. drinking water, cleaning my system, and I can't even get up in here. And when I want to purchase some food, then they trying to tell me to leave. Like, because they hear me, oh, she gets food. So I purposely have these calls up in here. I want to see what kind of environment. I purposely talk about different things. Yeah, I'm homeless. And what difference does that make? Oh, she wouldn't have any money to pull up. But I have the sense and the knowledge and the truth and the honesty and the respect. So, and I come here through my corporation and I'm handling business. So now they have, and I asked them, could I be here and take care of my business? I have been taking care of business and everything. They have no right or permissions over any of my stuff. But yet they're causing a scene telling me at Starbucks in Kenosha, Wisconsin, on Brumback Boulevard. And I'm sitting here thinking that this is a pleasant space, but they don't want my kind here. And then they brought up that I was just here yesterday. Okay, I was here. So what are you going to do? Somebody that comes here multiple days and I'm hearing them calling people by their names, first names, being polite to them. But then they want to try to kick me out and treat me any kind of way. And I'm sitting here collected with my stuff, not being disruptive, drinking water, hydrating, doing these different things. Please keep the same time stamp on there. Do not change the receipt. The receipt came out, the register open. I know about the function of cash registers. That register would not have opened without a receipt coming out. This is Starbucks. This is a corporate place. These people, you give receipts. Why are you trying to embarrass me? You told me to leave. Yes, you did. I know you have video and audio recording up in here. And she's wearing a microphone. Y'all trying to embarrass me and give me a bad reputation, but it's not working because you once again are insulting to injury. And I want an incident report. Ask her to tell the truth. It was not syrup. I did not ask for syrup, and she did say leaves. And she asked me, do I want leaves? And she said, do I want it strong? Yeah, I can just walk out, but you just admitted that you about to make a report. I'm not about to just be stupid and let you make reports about me. And then my name come up, and you get an audit, and then people investigating me. You just printed out the receipt, right? You just printed out a receipt. I seen you print out a receipt. But she did have a receipt. The cash register open. Did the cash register open? Yes, it did. I can wait outside while you look, but I'm gonna come back in here when you admit that you seen it on the camera. But she's still standing there where she won't tell the truth. Because this is something that she's doing, working on her stuff. She have a right, and so do I. I asked you, did you want me here? I asked you, and I told you that I'll be here for a while today. I used the bathroom. You all set me up for failure. You lied to me and said that I can use the bathroom in the mornings or whatever. I told that woman I was traveling, and then she also suggested that Quick Trip on the highway has a shower or whatever. I ain't coming here to take a shower. And I just wash up under my arms as well because I don't wear deodorant. You can't tell somebody, but then you can't say what somebody doing in your bathroom. If I went in there with another person, that's my concern. You cannot do that. You cannot monitor my activities. You are violating. You are infringing on my rights.
Okay, that's yours. We're happy to give you the $1 back.
No, that's not the. And she charged me for 6 peppermint syrup. I didn't say. I specifically said that I did not want that.
She explained that.
This was at 10:32.
She explained that she wasn't going to charge you for that, and then you put the $1 in the tip jar.
No. She did not say that she was not going to charge me. Is that what she said, or is that what you assumed from her? I put the $1 in her hand, and I gave the other woman the $1 too. I did not put any money in the tip jar.
Okay.
But it does not matter. It was a tip. That's not mine. I don't want to see that. But because that was, you went and did other business. Wow, and that's okay. You can. But yes, because it was seeming like it was mine.
Have your receipt.
You're lost today, sir.
What is
Because you're lost. I had planned on talking to you about anything. What did you lose? Like, what is your loss? Like, seriously, what is the loss? What is your incident?
I'm not explaining this anymore.
So you're not going to tell me what I did wrong to you and what you're going to write in there? You're not going to be honest about
I explained the
it?
bathroom situation. Now you've had an incredibly disruptive conversation with me, and that's where we asked you to leave.
No, you asked me to leave before.
Yeah.
And
we are
sit
politely
here.
asking you to leave.
Right, and I'm asking
I
you.
gave you said you would leave when we gave you
Right,
the receipt.
and I'm
So
asking
is
you.
there anything else
Right,
you
but before that, remember I asked you about the incident report. Remember?
Yeah, and I explained that we file an incident report with our corporate
asked
office.
you, can I file one? Is that possible?
If you want to call our corporate office, you're free to do that.
So what'll happen if I come in here tomorrow?
As long as you're paying.
Okay then, good. Okay. I'm just wanting to see what's the real problem. So I'll put this in there. I'm gonna record that, and I'm gonna go on my way because I had already planned on doing that. But I would need things to be specific, and I have your card.
Yes, you do.
And no, I have one. I got one yesterday. I wanted to contact you about different things, and I will contact you through further correspondence. I just want to know. I have to I have to be myself. Appreciate it. My mama getting all out of the car and stuff, y'all. Could have bought my mama coffee or something. Okay, a safe and welcome public space is a shared community responsibility. Consistent with our mission and values, we expect everyone in our third place community to treat others with respect and dignity, free of bias and discrimination. Behaviors that make anyone feel unwelcome or unsafe have no place on our store premises. We trust our baristas to address disruptive behaviors appropriately guided by our existing policy and training. I'm coming. You don't have to be here, Mom. You can go ahead. If you don't, Mom, if you rushing me, I'm taking care of business, and that's why I have to do. But Mom, I don't. What is the problem, Mom? Seriously, this is a serious matter. What is it?
I was just saying, I want you to see what you want. I told you I want to go to the prompt care before.
Mom, I'm not going to sit here and be bullied. For real. No, you don't have to be here, just like I don't have to be here. Okay, so use of our space as intended. Sleeping, smoking, consuming alcohol, drug use, improper use of restrooms is not permitted. Be considerate of our partners and other customers. Loud or unreasonable noise or behaviors that are disruptive to our customers are not tolerated. Communicate with respect. Obscene, harassing, or abusive language, hate speech, and racial slurs, gestures, or actions are unacceptable. Act responsibly. Violating any federal, state, or local law, regulation, or ordinance, hold on, there's a glare, will be asked to change their behavior. Okay, I was not asked that, but anyway. Anyone not changing their behavior may be asked to leave the store with possible assistance from law enforcement. If you experience or see conduct that you believe as discriminatory, harassing, or inconsistent with our commitment, please contact the local district manager or our customer contact center at customer service Starbucks.com or by calling 800-782-7282. And now this is the district manager information. Okay, so that information is right there. Now, oh, that's something different. Now, I was told yesterday that I can come in here and do what I wanted to do, get myself together, change my clothes. I was even asleep in the bathroom. And so she said, well, I had been in there enough. I was in there for like 2 hours. And so she told me that I could because I'm traveling. But then today is different. And I didn't even see that or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, today was different. And that's just how it is. So, like I said, you see this, like this, I had already planned to leave from there. That is the problem. Anyway, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. This is ridiculous. I'm trying to handle my business as an adult just as well as everybody else handles their situation and their business as an adult. And I am being, I had like 3 bowel movements, and he said I was in there too long and having a bowel movement. I'm not gonna hold my bowels. I'm using the bathroom. So I'm myself, and I'm not gonna sit here and it's all I want to continue. That's just how it is.